communication between Enneagram 4s likely will apply to other types of 4s, but I'm going to specifically talk about ENTP and ISTP. So like if you have an NP and an SP in a relationship, like there's going to be major communication like misunderstandings. It's just going to happen because the minds are just so different, you know? And so one of the things you can do is just be aware of that for one, and then like when they say something, you might not know what they're saying, but like they're expressing, and you let them express. Like it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if you even know what they're talking about. Just be quiet, give them the space, and like maybe say, oh, okay, or like you can usually catch enough and understand enough where you can like say something that sounds validating, like that sounds like it was really hard, I'm sorry that you're going through that. But even when you like don't know what to say, just like, I don't really know what to say right now. I'm listening and I'm here. I'm here for you. Do you want to share more? What was that like for you? Things like that. And that's something that it's like super important for Enneagram 4s, you know, to feel heard and like be able to express, and you know, to other types who don't understand the 4 need to express, it can sound like complaining or whining or like, oh God, this again. But that's what I like about 4s, because it's like, it might be the same thing and I might need to express it multiple times over multiple years, but like I need a partner who like understands that, like, yeah, I don't like need you to fix anything. I just need the space to share what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, what I'm going through, and like, oh, thanks for sharing that, or oh, that really sucks, you know, that's all, that's it. Like, it's so like just expressing makes me feel so much better, just expressing. But what would make me feel worse is if the person just was like, stop talking about that, or just said something invalidating. Like, it's okay not to validate all the time, but invalidating is just like, if I demon's just gonna be like, I hate you. You know what I mean? So yeah, so that's really important for 4s. And every type has their thing. There's some guy walking down there. Like, it's so hard to find a place to be alone and stuff. A beautiful place. And so I went down this road today. That's a road I haven't been down before, and I'm like, oh, it's like so pretty. There's like, I walked up this little hill to have a little peace, right? A place. And there was just a guy that was walking down there. Wish I knew it was a possibility, because like down the road there's some, I don't know, business or something. But it's just crazy. Like in a big city like San Diego, it's just, there's nowhere to be alone, nowhere. Even my favorite places, like, well, this is new, but like there's always someone. Which on my growth journey, it's like, okay, I've accepted that, and I can feel the difference in myself, that it's like, okay, fine, I'm not gonna like be all super upset about it. It just is what it is. So Yay me! Woohoo! We're growing. Anyway, yeah, for fours, that's important. And so it's one of the reasons that I think having your own Enneagram type to be in a relationship with just makes everything so much easier, because there's just things you just get. You just get it. Like ENFPs, they're naturally like very validating, right? But if they're not a 4, they don't naturally understand, like, oh, she's saying this again because she just needs to express it. And I don't know, it can sound like complaining or whatever, and it's like, dude, it doesn't matter, like, if you're a girl, if you're a guy, you just need to express, like, that's it, about whatever it is. And ow, fuck, I just gave myself a splinter, and I'm gonna fix it. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter, like, how irrational it sounds. It doesn't matter, like, to the person expressing it. It matters to them, and they need to express it. So, like, that's the whole point. Birds. I love birds. That's the whole point, you know, because we all are going to be affected by things differently. And if you know anything about Jungian typology, you know, like, those little baby functions, the children functions, like, they need to express. You need to express if you're 4. And I'm being redundant. And this video probably could have been, oh, a bird, probably could have been like 30 seconds long. God, the birds. Can you hear the birds? Oh, see, I just feel so excited coming out here. Even if I didn't come up here specifically, like, just driving around, listening to music, looking at the beautiful nature, like, that made me so happy. It makes me so happy. I love this. This is exactly what I'm going to do for my life. The forest. And you know, Bashar says, like, I mean, it's like when you're in the forest, especially, like, one of my favorite places in the world is in Washington. I'm not going to tell you where in Washington, because, like, it's my special place and I don't want, like, a bunch of people there. But yes, I'm selfish. But when I walk through there, it's like this 6-mile hike, and there's, like, nobody on the trail. And you can just feel the energy of the forest. It's like, oh, so healing and pure and just special and beautiful. And just, like, going on that hike, I can just, like, you know, I thank the forest for letting me walk by. And I always felt like, I don't know, like a connection with nature, forest, like even fairies. I don't know, for some reason I feel very like fairies. Maybe I was a fairy in another life, I don't know. But, like, anyway, Bashar said in one of his videos that any forest you go to, like, there's elementals there, you know, like fairies and other elementals. And I know that. I know that's true, because when I walk through there, like, not only do I feel, but, like, I have hallucinations, but I don't think they're hallucinations. Like, my vibration gets so high that I'm able to see things that, like, or hear things that you wouldn't if your vibration wasn't that high. And I noticed that, like, whenever, yeah, it's really special. It really, really, really special. Like, it's super duper. So find your own forest, okay? That's my forest. And I was not going to talk about this in this video, but that's where it went. And the sun is like burning my face off, even though it's like 9 a.m. But I'm going to have to cut this adventure short because my son wants me to take him somewhere, and I'm going to be a good mother and give up what I want for something that he wants and needs. So I know, NI child sometimes needs to be an NI parent in the subconscious, ENFJ subconscious. Yeah. I would love to hear any of your stories, like, of things, like, supernatural types of things that you've experienced. Like, this one time I was going on a second date with an ESFJ, an attorney. Like, I'm sorry, I don't trust attorneys by default, but like, he won me over on the first date. So anyway, I was going to meet him, and I had to walk like 300 yards to meet him, and I see him from across, you know, the way. I'm walking, I'm happy because, like, oh, I'm being social, I'm going to see someone I want to see, right? So I'm like very happy, and I hear this whisper from my right ear, like outside of me, saying, he's not the one. And when it whispered, I knew it was right. Like, I knew it was right, but I was like, but I'm like in a good mood and I'm happy, and like, I'm gonna do this anyway. So like, that's my bad for ignoring the signs and all that, the guiding of the universe. So yeah, trust those things. I know it's hard when you're a kid and you're just like, I'm gonna do it anyway. But like, yeah, your life gets better if you actually like listen to your own intuition. We all have an innate intuition, and yeah, listen to that. Listen to that above everything else, because we are all very wise. We have all of that wisdom in us. We just have to like find it again, like release all those like native beliefs and like all these stories we were told as children, and find the truth and our true authenticity and like our love and wisdom. And it's like, it's very simple. If you break it all down, it's very simple. It's not complicated at all. Follow your passion. What's my passion? Forest, birds, squirrels. Oh, that makes me happy. Follow your happiness. Follow your happiness. My job right now, I wake up and I'm just like, oh my God, I have to go to work. And you know, I've been feeling that way for a while, and that's why I'm going to be making changes. So it is not my passion. Like, yes, I like helping people. I'm still able to make the best of it and all that shit, but like, that is not what my path, that's not what I need to be doing now. I'm just waiting for the right time. I'm not going to wait too long. But like, yeah, my passion is not that. My passion is this. And you know, when we have the fears of like, okay, but yeah, but how am I gonna do that? Like, I have to have a house, and I have to have a car, and I have to have like all these things because it makes me comfortable. Well, no, you don't. Actually, you don't need a house. You don't need to buy a house for $500,000 or $1 million, wherever you live. You don't. Society tells you you're supposed to have a house. You don't have to have a house. You actually can be comfortable and safe and all that. Like camping, you could live in a tent, like, or a van, you know, like there are ways. So you just have to be creative and try things out. And yeah, it might be really weird and uncomfortable at first because you're not used to it. But when you try new things, things that you thought, oh my God, no, try it. Try it. give it a fair shot. Think positively about it, make the best of it, and see if it actually can make your life better. Because like abundance, we're gonna get the abundance that serves us the best, like that we need for our life. And that abundance can come in all kinds of ways, like abundance of love, abundance of money, abundance of joy. But do we need money to have joy? No, we don't. We don't. There's a lot of ways to be comfortable and be happy and like not be filthy rich or like have these things that society says we need to have. So test yourself, question these things that we've been told, question it. If you find yourself feeling rigid about an idea or a concept or a thing, question that and maybe test yourself and try something like totally opposite out. You might surprise yourself and find out, oh, it wasn't so bad. Like I still do, but one of the things I tell myself is I hate people. They're so annoying, right? But that's not really true. I don't hate people. I don't prefer a lot of people and the way they act and all that stuff. But there's actually a lot, if I'm honest with myself, there's a lot of people I actually enjoy, at least for a little short amount of time, right? There's always something from a person that has value. Even if it's a narcissist, right? Like, I've dealt with many narcissists in my life, like true narcissists, like real ones. I learned from them. I learned how to love myself. So the value of the narcissist for me was that they taught me some really valuable lessons that I needed to learn. So yeah,